He's traveled many miles to be right here in Winnipeg. Gordie, Tentrees, wow, I guess your journey starts from the Yukon?
Yeah, we started in Whitehorse on July 29th.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so an 8-hour drive here from Saskatoon brings you right here to the Park Theatre, but it's all about your new album, North Country Heart.
I hope it is.
It is.
Yeah, we're out here promoting North Country Heart, which is my 5th album, and we're at the start of a world tour, which is starting in Western Canada and winding its way across the country, and then back through the U.S. for a month, and then back through North America for another month, and then overseas for about 6 weeks.
Does it ever cease to amaze you, though, Gordie, and how many different people in different countries are now going to listen to this music? The stories and the delivery, does it change? You know, like you're going from Canada to the U.S. and then to Italy.
For sure, like, you know, they don't understand that this music is, you know, the lyrics in Germany as well as they do in Holland. And so it's a different show. They're more, you know, in Germany they're more into slide guitars and harmonica, and in the Dutch, they want to hear the story behind the song. Much like I find the difference between the southern U.S. and Canada, where in Canada kids grow up hearing, they want to hear guitar players, you know, Eric Clapton and Jimi Hendrix, and in the southern U.S. they want to hear songwriters like Guy Clark and Townes Van Zandt. So it's very different for sort of the audience in my genre, for sure, in different countries.
And I think a reason why you're successful is that you can make that transition pretty good.
I think we've just been trying to be allowed to play as many places as we can. So if you can do a lot of different things besides, you know, just write songs, and you enjoy playing your instruments and performing for people and connecting to people that way through performance, then I think that there's more opportunities for you to play in different places.
And it's interesting when you're commenting about this particular album that I guess you're in a different place now, or you've experienced things now and you see things differently, and you know, I guess maybe life isn't always what it's cracked up to be, kind of thing.
I think that this album is sort of, and the album I wish I would have put out when I first started playing music. The other albums were ones that I needed to make to learn how to record albums and be in the studio and write songs and perform. And I sort of started this backwards. I was always a writer and performer before I started playing music. So I think that this album is sort of the first one where the musical part of it and the performance part of it musically has actually caught up to the rest of the idea that I had when I first started doing this. So that's what this album is really about, I think, in a sense. And it's also about loosely based around a whole bunch of songs about my home in the north. I've lived in the Yukon for 14 years now, and it's sort of the first album where I decided to write songs about my home, which I hadn't really done. I've done it sort of sporadically, 1 or 2 songs, but not necessarily 3/4 or almost a whole album entirely dedicated to themes and stories about the North.
Yeah, that's very cool. And one in particular, how the Yukon men like to impress their women, the story behind that.
That is true. There's a lot of tales, some are true and some are untrue, but you have to buy the album to hear them all, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like anywhere, there's a lot of, you know, tales about, you know, places where you live and stories about it, things that you don't officially talk about. And I just find myself talking about my home on the stage and off the stage and before the show and after the show so much that I thought, you know, I should really start writing songs about some of these things that, you know, or about my home or where I live and some of the characters that live there. So that's sort of where this idea came from. And then once I got the ball rolling, it was pretty hard. It was kind of hard to stop writing about the place and try and write something else once you get that exercise happening in your head.
Well, I mean, maybe we can call you the great ambassador of the Canadian North. You're going to take it abroad, share the stories with the Dutch, the Germans, the Italians. And we thank you, Gordie, and keep on playing. This album really, really is beautiful.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Okay, and you're not going to go away without playing a song.
No, you got it. You got the. This is the song that you mentioned, actually, about a Yukon fella trying to impress a Yukon girl. Delicate to me every time she comes, sweet to me when she's done. There's a reason why I'm going blind. Father Death beats down my door. I'll search for her, leave the rest ashore. Hold her eyes, never run and hide. Dynamite, Toblerone, I cannot lie, there goes my nose. Colored dreams in this road. Little bird, it's time to be without a cage, alone and free. Holy moly, she's gone to the country her heart belongs. All the girls who sing her song help the man who took her wrong. In the light where they all drown, I'll be found, I'll be found. When the wolf is outside her door, certainly you'll find me. I'll take his life and set her free. Wrestle bears in my underwear, shoot out the lights, I don't really care. Beyond the dream, beyond repair. When she's done with me, I'm not afraid to believe in all the love she gave to me. Broken wing, hungry beak, when you land, come back to me. Holy moly, she's gone to the country her heart belongs. All the girls who sing her song help the man who took her wrong. In a